Hey guys, this is Obelisk and I will be going over an in-depth guide which I have to do for PerilShowdown Phase 3. It's going to be a multi-part video. It's going to be 6 videos at least. First being preparations, second one being about ships, food buffs and such, and from then on out, bosses after bosses. So starting off, we got the Rifleman Traits. An entire layout of what we are going to be using. Of course, this is for mines, as it states in the bottom, current trait, PvE swap pistol. I am going to be including for you guys as well if you're not into that gameplay. So up first, we got Relentless Stalker versus Aggressive Rhythm. In my opinion, just go Relentless Stalker. There's no competition. You dash, you do more damage. Then here, we got Unexpected Move versus Mag Overload. Now, Unexpected Move, great, but only for PvP. This is for PvE only, so we're gonna ignore that and just focus on Mag Overload. And as I'm showing here, gives you a 40% chance to do double damage. That's basically what it does. Like just put it on your gun, keep it active as much as you can. It's free damage. And of course, more ammo. And here we got Bullet Brain. Just take it. Everything from Rifleman, left side just ignore, except for the first trait. Now here we do have the part-time, as I showed you earlier. This is for like in general use if you're not into swapping weapons constantly. This is if you want to stick to one weapon, keep it simple, not give yourself a hand workout. So here I'm going to demonstrate what it does. As you can see, it's just like this little beam every 5 to 6 shots. It does depend on what weapon you use. Sometimes it takes more. For example, Dualies takes 8. Assault Rifle takes about 5 or 6, depending. And it is affected by rapid heavy. So if you have it on you, it activates much quicker. Now here we got Quickdraw, my personal favorite. It's up to you. This is a guide just showcasing like what it does. So here I'm going to shoot. Like, okay, I'm low with ammo, and you know what they say, right? Shooting, or my bad, swapping is faster than reloading. And you can pretty much just keep doing this non-stop, keep getting your stacks, overload, and constantly DPS, which will help a lot. Now, of course, let's not forget firepower boosters from Belt. Have this maxed out if you haven't. It is a huge help, gives you firing rate and crit damage depending on what weapon you use. Let's say for assault rifle, where is it? Here it is, 2.5 weapon firepower. So all you gotta do is times that by the 3%, so 3 times 2.5 to get 7%. And the higher the firepower, the better it is. So best with dualies, shotguns, anything really. It's just a free buff, you might as well have it. And you know, gotta sneak in the my favorite pistol here. Has everything that you'd want, and I'm still selling it. Now this is the ship that I use normally with this. Just focus on double fortune, full focus, because I'm swapping, right? I'm not using it as a main weapon. Just use the skill, then swap back. As I will demonstrate shortly. So you can see how fast I swap in between weapons. It's pretty nice. Pretty awesome, right? You just swap, shoot, swap, and shoot. Just keep your DPS going. But of course, up to preference, but I do urge you to try it out if you haven't. It's really nice, really fun to use. Changes up your gameplay. Now, of course, for the next time, for part-time, we got combo rhythm. Just go for this. It's more firing rate. Firing rate in Peril Showdown is king. It affects all weapons. Precision shots, it works. It's 10% headshot, but why would you take that as opposed to more firing rate, which is overall DPS instead of just relying on headshots? Then Piercing Agony, this does work in PvE. There's a lot of misconception it doesn't. It's only for PvP. But if you notice, sometimes when you are using your Dualies or even the Snake Drone, because it causes indirect damage, it slows them down, and in return, you get more crit chance, which is amazing. You see here, no extra numbers, just regular shooting. But then when I dash, you see that extra number? That's Relentless Stalker doing this thing. Like, you can imagine how much damage this would do with any weapon. Like, let's say the electromagnetic gun, EMG for short, that's how I called it. Let me showcase a shotgun so you can get a better view here. There we go, 18, 15, 90. Just for the EMG, 22, 9, 22. It's just more DPS, it's on demand, and there is a really neat trick that you can do with the EMG as well. And I will showcase it once I go over Mimicry. So here we got Electric Surge. Every time you reload, you get more crit chance. Let me put more details. There we go. You can stack this up to 3 times to get more crit. Crit matters a lot in Peril Showdown. It's not like Deatheye where damage bonus is needed. It's somewhat balanced in Peril Showdown. So this is my modifications for it. It's what I would recommend, especially since not all bosses are infected. And pretty much fire is like the best core for this guy. And as you see, this lasts indefinitely as long as you have rapid heavy ship on it and enough crit for you to keep this up. Now here we got Web Hunt. This is the best Mimicry 4 shotgun in Peril. Remember guys, this is a guide for Peril Showdown. It's not a overall guide, and that video will be coming out in the near future. Pretty much, the more you shoot, more damage. This got buffed recently actually. It does 50% more monster damage on top of the already existing 34% extra damage. It's really nice. And the more you shoot, the longer you can prolong it, the same as the EMG Mimicry. Really nice gun to use with the Mimicry is the regular Serpent shotgun instead of Leopard, and using the double blast, so you can just have more DPS, more burst. And if you're doing the swap that I showed you earlier, all you gotta do is swap from one weapon or to another melee, quick burst, swap back, and you can keep the stacks of double blast, so you can always guarantee double blast hits, which is amazing. And I'll showcase it right here. Alright, now here we got Solvant Rampage for Dualies. My opinion, the best Mimicry for it outside of Peril Showdown as well. I prefer it more the dynamic tracking. Recently they did change it so that you no longer apply an effect. They did change some things, for example acid, instead of healing reduction, it now gives you an extra 23% damage. and this is the ship that I use with it. And the neat thing about the Solvant Rampage, once the boss reaches half HP, right, it does even more pursuit damage. And what pursuit damage is, it's just extra damage for free. And with this Mimicry, once you activate it, you basically get more numbers on your screen at half HP. Like, you see how insane it is right now with the numbers, right? Watch what happens once the boss reaches half HP. It basically doubles. And as you notice, it does last for a really long time, as opposed to dynamic tracking, it doesn't. And pre-update with this Mimicry, it did not last as long. So it's a really nice buff, went unnoticed. Now here we got Ultimate Breakthrough, best Mimicry for assault rifles. Don't use anything else. Ignore Shield Breaker, never PvP anyways, Venom combo. Ultimate Breakthrough is your go-to. And as you can see, weakness damage. You can stack this up to 30 times. And it says right there, weakness damage 2% each time you headshot. So what's 30 times 2? 60% weakness damage. So when you headshot, you get that bonus. And once you pop it, it increases up to 50 stacks. And you essentially get 90% weakness damage, and of course pursuit damage on top of that. So this Mimicry is really good if you don't have a really good electromagnetic machine gun. And I will showcase it right here. The damage is pretty insane, using Quadruple of course. And as of course, don't forget about the Relentless Strike. You dash, you get more pursuit damage in, more numbers equals more DPS. Now, let's not forget about our melee. Here I personally use Ground Shaker, not because it gives me better stats or anything. It's because I had like modifications here so it can be tanky. You can use any, but I do advise you to use the one where you have the most resistance to that. So let's say defend, alert, armor, just get all defense on it basically. Also a really neat trick for humans, right? If you have the EM SSR core for your melee, you can heal twice the amount once you pop it. I like using this a lot. Helps a lot both in PvP and PvE. And then the alternative, of course, is Lightning Will. It's a really underrated for PvE, honestly. It gives you a lot of damage reduction on top of using the accessory skill. You know, the big shield that pops up in front of you. You have a chance to negate all the damage that's dealt to you. So a lot of times in Peril Showdown, a lot of bosses, they hit really hard. And well, you can prevent that wipe if you're lucky enough. Once you use the accessory skill, you can block that damage. Alright guys, we made it at the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. Please consider leaving down your thoughts and of course comment down below advices, tips and tricks, and a feedback as well. Like, this is my first ever recording when it comes to voicing over a video, so much appreciated. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Next video that's coming up is all going to be about ships, what food buffs to bring, and I will also be showcasing a sneak peek of me doing 150k damage, minimum requirement needed to meet the DPS quota, using only green accessories and level 1 green stock, level 1 green muzzle, with only having a level 19 sight, just to showcase the crit. It's very important in Peril Showdown, and it can be done at 284 attack power. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.